Okay, the UiPath web applications, basically it is like a cloud-based websites. Okay, you can create a web applications, and it is interacting with the UiPath robot, and so it's like a so user is a you are creating the user interface, the user interface. You can access that user interface from any place. That means as it is a web application, you can access from the mobile or the desktop, right? That means some browsers, right? So basically it's what it will do. So it will communicate with the robot, and whatever the information you want to appear into the UI, it will okay, so the robot will send the information, and so you are sending from the web to the robot. Okay, it's very easy to build applications. Okay, let us take a small scenario. So first, let us take a small scenario. Okay, so here there is a interviews. Just imagine there is some people there just building some knowledge base kind of database. There's an interview folder is there. Okay, interview folder is there. So within that there is a topics. UiPath topic is there. Automation Anywhere topic is there. Or so suppose if I create another topic like is Java topic is there, right? So .NET, like that's these are each folder is a one topic. So inside the topic, so you have a questions, text files. Okay, inside the topic you have a text files. So it is each text file name is a question. If you go inside, this is the answer. The text is answer. So for this, so just imagine. So without any database, suppose for example, they are. Let me open here. Yeah, so if the multiple people are doing collecting this information to store and retrieve whenever they want, suppose these folders are existing in one system, right? One system. So we can't access these folders or files from the outside through website. It's not possible normally. Okay, so normally through GUI, I mean, so through the web applications like a .NET, using the .NET or PHP, it is a very difficult. But here, let us do the small web application by using the UiPath apps. UiPath provides the UiPath App Studio. This is a cloud-based platform. Let's go to the your orchestrator, platform.uipath.com. It will redirect you to the cloud.uipath.com. Here we have a apps. So in the left hand side, you have a apps tab is there. Okay, so if you don't find any apps or tabs, go to the administrator. Under this, under the tenants, you can just click on the edit services. You can check or uncheck whatever the services you want. So here I already selected this uh, apps processes actions. Okay, so apps is by default it is provided. Okay, so no, not required to that mean enable, because that is a data services. Okay, so if you go to the apps, these are all the apps which I already built. Okay, so let us start with a blank app. So to create a blank app, just click on the create new app and try the interview um, KB. So that means knowledge base, interview knowledge base. Click on the create button. Okay, you're giving the your app name. So once you create an app, it is looks like this one. There's some the area. So this area where you are designing the your application. So here in this application, so you have a main page, layout, and container. So in this container, so what you can do simply, you can add any number of any type of controls. So here they categorize all the controls into these categories like a input, display, container, icons. Go to the inputs. So let us take it. So the inputs having all the information like a, so you can just drag the button, right? So drag the checkbox, datetime picker, drop down list. It's like a just a drag and drop and arranging your design, that means page, web application. Slider, switch is there. Okay, display, you have all the displays like a, so label, if you want to display label, if you want to display the image, you can just display the image. Suppose for example, I want to display something like a uh, one image. Just take some image from images, Google Images, I'm just taking this image, question bank. Let's right click on this question bank, copy image address. See here, copy image address. Go to the our UiPath app studio and select this image. So you can select from here also, select this image and give the URL here. So you can bind the URL like this. Okay, and not only that, there is a, for each and every control there is a three uh, sub tabs. There's a general information where you can hide or disable and give the values or binding the values, and events and style. The style is like a, so if you want to make it a center, right, or if you want to resize this one like this. Okay, so you can resize. Okay, you can just give the borders. So you are just simply applying the styles, so like a css styles. So it's very simple. And now I'm just removing this button, right click and removing the button. Okay, so this is a question bank. If user click on this question bank, so it has to load. So that is a, see, it has to load whatever the folders are there. These folders are there, it has to load into the a drop down list. Let us see here. For the drop down list, let's go and use the what is it, drop down. Okay, let's take this one and let's go to the styles, make it a static style. Okay, and if you want to increase the size, you can increase the size. Width is like a size. So what will happen, this is like a, so if you this is like a topic. So let's give the some name called topic header, something like a, giving the text like a, so select topic, select the topic. Okay, and here, so once this is selected topic, so they will select the topic from here. But the, how can we load this whole folders, folder names into this drop list? So for that, so we have to create a process which will return the a list of strings. Let's go and create a process in the UiPath Studio. This is a UiPath Studio. I'm just creating the background process, not the foreground process, because as it is interacting with the operating system folders, get topic folders. That is a process name. So the purpose of this process is like a, so it is a getting the all the folders name, whatever the folders are there in this interview folder, the root folder, all the folders it will give you as a list. That is the output variable. So we have to create a argument called something like, so output argument for into the main. Let's go to the main arguments, create a some output variable out underscore topics. So this out topics is like a direction is out, and the list of, so so this is like a list of strings. So we will return the list of strings. So initially, so what we can do, just simply assign the values or assign an activity like a uh, so out topic equal to new list of, okay, strings. So this is the initialization. So once we initialize, we use a for each activity to loop each and every folder. So this is a folder path. I'm giving this folder path, giving, and here, so directory dot get files, get directories. So here we're giving a path. Okay, so this will return a string list. So each string is like a dir. So we just add the collection. So basically we are filling the that list. Add to collection. This collection is like a string type. What is the collection name? So out topics is a collection name. And what is that? So dir will give the full path of the each directory, but we don't need full path. Path dot get file name of dir. So this will give the only the names of the folder. So let us let us publish this process. Okay, publish this process. Once you publish this process, it is available into the folder. So where we have a uh, let's go connect to the orchestrator. We will create a process. The next step is like, yes, we will create a process. You can run the processes from the UiPath apps. So by just changing the value, there is a events are there. So changing the value and click activity. So these things and all that. Let's go to the process automation and create a new process for the uh, get. Just now we create a get topic folders. Okay, so here I'm creating a new process. Once you create a new process for your package, so go to our apps, and by clicking this one, so by clicking this icon, what is that, this image, there is a general event and style. Styles is a just style, so that means borders and margin, these things and all. General information like it, so what is the image path and what's the binding, these things and all. Events, if you go to the events, click on the create a rule. So you can create any rule. So by clicking on that button, you can check if the values are less than these things and all, the comparison, and opening the new page, right? Opening the new page, you can create a multiple pages, and opening the URL, separate URL, close the pop-up, and show message, these things and all. You can just or just simply set the value to the variable. For now, so what we can do, simply create a start process. If you want to run the process after clicking the button, user click on the button, you can just use the start process. But here, there's no processes added. So first of all, we have to add the process to your UiPath App Studio. So how can we add? Click on the plus button, and here page process control. Click on the process, and so it will just click on the next. It will show all the processes which you have in your orchestrator. Currently we just uploaded created a process, newly created process. I'm gonna select. Now let's go to the image trigger. Here also you can just redirect to the that events page, and click on here which process you want to run. Just drag and drop this process. Okay, and click on the unattended. So while it is running, so when it is started, when the process is started, so what you want to show? You want to show the message, so or you want to show the spinner message. So you can just select the spinner message. That is a loading kind of thing, right? So which message? Loading topics, some message. And when it is completed, when it is completed, again spinner message uncheck. So when it is started, the loading symbol will come. Okay, when it is completed, the loading symbol, the spinner symbol will disable. Okay, let's go to the close here. And after that, so we have to load, we have to bind the values to this drop down list. How can you bind? Click on the list source, and this process, whatever the output variables are there, all the arguments, see here is the argument, right? That argument is showing here. Just drag and drop that argument, that is a list. Okay, so our process is ready. Let's click on the preview to check whether the application is working fine or not. Once you click on preview, so it will load an application. There's a web application. Click on the question bank. Once you click on the question bank, see here, it is triggering the process. See, the robot is triggering. So the process is executing now. Okay, and it will return all the list of values. At the same time, you can observe the loading symbol also, right? Just click on the drop down list. All the folders is loaded here in the drop down list. What are all the folders? These are all the folders is loaded in that particular drop down list. Got it? Suppose, for example, if I create another folder, PHP, or another folder like a .NET. Okay, so this is my local system folders. Click on the question bank again. So this will load. See the text which we gave, the spinner, show spinner, this is loading topics. That's what here it will show. And when it is completed, that is disabled. See here, .NET came, PHP came. So these folders are the things. Now, so go to the studio again, go to the UiPath App Studio, And once this click, so once anyone click on this topic, select this topic, okay, I want to show. So let's see here, we have to show, we want to show all the list of files. So within this UiPath, there is a files, right? All the questions I want to show here. So for showing the questions also, you can just simply add a list. See here, list is there. Just drag and drop the list and go to the styles, make it some sizes like a, okay, so okay, so this is a list. So once they select, so select any topic, it has to go inside the folder and retrieve all the text files as the questions. So let us see that one first. Okay, so first of all here, mm, we have to prepare such kind of a process. Let's create a new sequence, new studio, new process. Okay, so for that process, what it will do, so it will take the topic as the input. Got it? So it will take the topic as input and it will return the all the text files as output. That is the questions. So within these questions, these are all the text files, all the text file names without extension. We will retrieve that into the as a questions. So let's create a one more thing like a, so get get questions. So get questions by the topic. So here, so there's a lot many things on there. So you can just add a divider. So divider is basically a line separated by one line, right? A divider. This is also a divider. And the images you can just add, right? So let us create a small process, so which will take the topic as input and output as a list. So in underscore topic as the input and what is it? Out underscore, so questions as the output, questions list. So this is the output list. So let's create an output list, and this is a list of, again, system dot collections dot generic dot list of strings, okay, and do the same thing. So which we already done the same thing here, copy and that thing paste here, but here is a not topic. The top, it's like a out underscore questions, the questions we declared. And here it is like a, so get, not directories, get files. So get files, after the questions we have to use the input topic, which is selected by the user. Okay, so it will give all the files and add the files. So adding the files to the, not the topics, out underscore questions. And these topics also get file without extensions. Okay, suppose for example here, yeah, without extension, let's take a questions and publish the process. Publish the process. Once we publish the process, what we have to do? We have to go to the processes page, click on the, so once we publish the package, get questions, create a process, creating a process. So in the orchestrators, once we create a process, we have to add that process into the our UiPath App Studio. Click on plus, click on process, add that process, newly created process into your UiPath Studio. So now here, so this button, this list is a binded, so it's a list of source, right? Bind the output questions here. Okay, so then this drop the list once is selected, see here, so all the folders, it is coming here, and selected value is binded to this topic, selected value. And when it has to run that process, when you select, see, this is a drop list, when you select any changes happen into the the topic dropdown. So when any changes happen in the topic dropdown, run the get queues, get questions. There's unattended, and here spinner. So loading, and when it's completed, just take the spinner and check. Okay, so let me create the final process where it will simply retrieve get. Uh, so, okay, so here this is a question bank. Now this is a row assistant is executing. So assistant is there. If I just click on the question bank, loading topics, just observe the assistant. In the assistant, the process is triggering. Okay, it will load. It will return the processor will return all the topics that is the folders which is there in the interview folder. Suppose for example, if I select the UiPath again, loading questions. Just observe the UiPath assistant. It will call the question, get questions, and it will retrieve all the questions as a list and load it into the below list box. Okay, so these are all the questions. So if you see here, these are all the questions. That means text files. Basically, these are all the text files. Okay, all the text files is loaded here. So let us try the another thing like this. So if we click on the question, if you click on the question, so let us run the another bot, which will take the topic as a input and question as input. So input is a topic and in underscore question output as a answer. So all are the strings only. So simply read text file, read text file. So the path is like the path of the full path with the topics. You see here, read text file of this one, and the question also in underscore question also question.txt. So once it is read, so it will return the output as a output answer. So our answer bot is also ready. Get answered by the question. So publish your process package to the orchestrator and go to the orchestrator, create a process for that. MSW, get answer, create a process, click on the create button. Now let's go to our UiPath apps, add your latest process. That is a get answer by the question. Okay, so here if you just click on the create process, run the process. If they select anything, so run this process. Okay, so the same thing, running the process, spinner or show message box, spinner loading question completed, show message box, show spinner uncheck. Okay, now so for this, whatever it is selecting, see whatever it is selecting, the selected one is the selected value you have to bind to the question. So in underscore question. Okay, so this topic you already assign the topic. Okay, so and so while you're running the process, you can override the values. You can override the values in the sense. So here topic in this topic, you're adding the topic which is already selected from the other process. So this is overriding the values while it is running, overriding the values. Now where we have to show the answer. Suppose, for example, if you want to create a new page and you want to show the answer here, new page, add the uh, what is it, containers. These are all the containers are there, so you can just add the containers, the layout container, adding the containers like a, first of all, let's create a one small label. and test, something like that. Okay, so and this container you have to give a size is like a you can just use the pixels sizes in the pixels, 600, and 600 is a width, and select the pixels, 500 is a height, or 450 is a height. Okay, now what we will do, we'll just simply, okay, so what we can do, so simply if you click on the list, any list, okay, so you have to, once it is a completed, you have to show the, so not only pop-up is hidden, you can add any number of actions. So okay, so once it's completed, so you can just open the page, which page you want to open, select the page which you want to open. If you want to rename, so you can just rename, simply right click on rename, like a answer pop-up. Okay, show the answer pop-up for this. Once it is completed, you are just showing the answer pop-up. Let's execute and see so whether it will execute properly or not. Question bank. See the loading page, loading the topics is coming, and UiPath. So it is loading all the text files as a questions in the UiPath. Okay, see the text loading the questions. So in the background, what will happen? So it is executing the all things. So let's take anything like a, so any question. So loading the question. Okay, loading the questions. It is running the again the loading the question, and the get answer by question process. It is executing, and there is some errors, invalid format for argument in topic, cannot convert an array. So what will happen? Let's go to the UiPath studio. um, in topics. Okay, so what will happen, the thing is like so here, uh, stop the process. Okay, here while we are overriding, see here overriding, so we're not override properly, so let's give the override the values. So this is a topic we have to override. So which topic is like so the topic is a input for this topic. Okay, not the array. So I added this array. Okay, that is wrong. So because the data type is not matching, this is a string and this is a an array. So let us run. As a loading the queues, questions, and so that is a UiPath. It's like a UiPath application. That's a web application. You can simply integrate any that mean in the behind of any activity. That mean any activity control. Okay, so it is open like this, but actually, so you should not open. It should not open like this, but you have to open a pop-up. So pop-up kind of thing. Okay, so let's. Okay, so let's do one thing. So here in the containers, I'm just adding the one button. So just to test whether this is a. So once we click on this button, it has to execute show open page. You can open the page here, and you can just simply show the as a pop-up. Okay, so opening the page is different. Opening the pop-up, opening the page as a pop-up. See here. See, like this is a pop-up. Okay, let's open that as a page. Let's go here and adjust the size.  。 Basically this is not just this size. Okay, so where is the size? Borders. Increase the height. Okay. Okay. Now 650. Height is 450. Still 400. Okay. Okay, let's preview. Click on the preview and see whether it is opening properly or not. Okay, click on the pop-up. It will open as a pop-up like this. Okay, answer is here. So we have to display the answer there. So let's go to the list. Okay, so while it is executing, so once it is executed, so if it is completed, you have to store the answer into the, okay, store the answer into the, oh, let me delete this one. Set a variable and create a variable. You can create a variables, not only the processor and controls, you can create a variables. Just create a variable like a, so final answer. So drag that final answer. You can set a variable. So how we are using the assign activities, in the same way we can use assign activities. The values, so you can use the answer here. Okay. After that, once we set the answer, open the page, which page you want to open the page like a answer pop-up and click on the, so we have a pages, processes and controls. So here, okay, now go to this page and drag something like a text box or label. Just drag the some label. I'm just using the display. A label is there, so if you want to increase the styles like a the headers like this is an answer will display here. Okay, let's try to run. Okay, so anyway, let me delete that button, delete this button, review. Okay, so this is adding, so let me click on this one, so it will open the pop-up, I think. So what is the need of the UiPath RPA, right? So this is opening but it is not loading the actual text. There is something, let's uh, the question, okay, here for this, yeah, so for this we have to bind the value of this final answer. Okay, con preview. Now you can understand, right, normally how it will execute. So it's not like a so entire thing you can just so after typing the all the things, so it's not like it's like a, after typing all the values you can just click on the submit button. The submit button in the background of the submit button events, you can create a new rule like a so running the process. Okay, not only that, so you can just for the single drop down list or any activity in the behind of any control, you can just simply trigger the process. And what it is doing basically is this web and the robot will communicate each other and in sending the information from web to the control, right? See, so this is what we got the information. Got it. So let's try another thing. A computer vision activity. Use it for. You can just simply use the computer vision activity used for. This is the information here. Let's check. So whether this will display the same message. Yeah, got it. The same message. Just imagine this text is everything. These text files and all the things are in the my local desktop. Understand? So if you just create a one more PHP. So why PHP? Text create a text file. So wow, what is PHP? Okay, so inside that PHP, the answer PHP is web, something like that. Just for this use case, let's go to the PHP. Load the PHP, and it will load all the text files which is there in the PHP. But the PHP folder contains only one text file. This text file is a question. It will display in the and the down drop down. See here, what is a PHP? If I open the PHP, it will open that text file and read that whole text, and it will display. Okay. Okay, so this is a small use case. So let us take actually, so what I want to show you is this presentation. Okay, so let's imagine. So basically, so if we already web applications is there, web technology is there, why we need these UiPath apps? So just imagine the TAN office is there, TAN number office. They have a system. See here, this person having the system, right? That person having the systems, they are the customers are coming and giving them some information like a what is the customer name. These are all the information it is giving each customer by customer name, TAN number, the status, and company location. Okay, but what the person is does, just imagine the TAN having the software, validation software, which is a legacy software, so which has a only one license, which is there inside the system only. Let's imagine this is a one system. You can't access this application outside this system because it is installed into yours in this PC, and this is a licensed one. Only one machine having the one license. But if you want to operate this application from the outside or mobile or the web applications, how can we? It is a possible. So by using this, suppose for example, this is a use case here, the TAN legacy application. So first of all, it has to enter the data, and it has to create a one on the document based on the text which is given by the user, and it converts the document to the PDF. It is a document and convert the document to the PDF and send a mail. So let us see here a small application. See this docx having the a text file, the document file. The document file is a configurable. So TAN number comes here, username comes here, so date time coming here. So what this person is doing every day for the each and every customer, he is doing so he's taking all the information, and he is filling the first step is filling the information and adding to the TAN software, and taking this document, he has a document in his system, and modify the values based on the customer inputs, and convert that into the PDF and sending to the customer mail, right? So that is a in use case. Suppose for example, in the same use case, if we want to do uh, through the apps, so let us try to do so if time permits. So see, I already created some information like a these are all the arguments: customer name and the customer TAN number, and what is the company name, and this will give the transaction number as a output, and this is a just imagine this is a email ID is a input, and approval is also input. Okay, so approval is also input. So if approval is like a string approval, let's take a boolean itself. Okay, approval. Okay, so what will happen? It will open the application and type the customer name and type the TAN number, and it will check so whether the approval is there. Then it will check the check radio button, and so click on the add button, right? So taking the information up from the message box. Suppose for example, if you just add the information, it will give the message box. Within that message box, it has the a TAN number. So that TAN number, so basically that TAN number is like a uh, output. We have to give the output. Let's imagine saying so out transaction is like a this TAN number, because that will give us a TAN application. So once after that, so it is copying the taking the copy of that file with the customer name and doing the some word operations like as replacing the TAN with the TAN number which is given by the user. Date is with the current date, customer name, location. These things and all it is, and doing the convert into the PDF. This document it will convert into the PDF and delete the actual document and sending to the particular person. So here also square customer email ID. Okay, so this is what let's try to do if we can able to complete within the time. Let us do. And so that is one example. Let's take a and also you can publish. Once it is done, you can publish. It will publish into the apps. Okay, apps list it will show. Let's create another app like a so uh, 10 app, something like that. So 10 app. Okay, so what are the informations we need? So we need the uh, first one is like a so label, so display the label. This label is like a information customer name. And after that, so what is the name? So this copy paste. uh, it's not copying and pasting. If you just okay, so let's take another label. It's like a TAN number. Let's take another label. This is like a approve. Okay, or status. So let's take another label. Company name. So these are all the things, company name. So if you just see here, customer name, TAN number, status, and company name. So now, so what we will do, we will just simply give this one is normal. Okay. Now add the text boxes. So text box like a text box for the customer, right? This is the customer, and text box for the TAN number, text box for company name, and this is a switch is for basically a switch is for approve. Switch is for approve. Okay, so after that, create a one button, so where you can just simply submit this button. So in the buttons, okay, I can have a multiple things like a so solid. These are all the changes you can change the buttons. And what is that? Submit. Okay, so this is a what our application is. You can give the titles also. And now first thing is we have to create a process. Go to the processes, create a process. What is the process name? Data entry. Data entry. So the process, let's click on the create. Once you run the process, get the process, just go to our studio, UiPath App Studio, and take the process. Next, and show this process, data entry process. Okay, so what we can do after that, so if you want to display uh, the label, you can display the label like a, so this is like a transaction number, submitted number, or enrollment number. Once they enroll, so it will just show the enrollment number like this. Okay, and now let us connect everything. So like so suppose bind this customer name with the customer name variable. Where is this um, let's try to run this this one first of all. Go to yeah app this button. So select this submit button, and in the submit button, once you click on the submit button, it has to run the process. and the process, this process, it has to run. Okay, so what will happen, there is it's showing some errors. um cannot create an unknown type. Okay, so what is that? Okay, it's not created, the package having the errors. So delete this one. So what is the errors we have? This main is like a set as a main, and refresh. We now try to publish. So the publish, it is not published properly, it seems. So having the error. So already packages existed. And what is the errors? So if you just run it simply, company location. We know. So do you want me to continue? So because it's almost very less time, right? Vinod?
If you want to take 5 minutes extra, you can take Sudhi. No issues.
5 minutes extra. Okay. Select box value does not fall into the existing range. So this is like a the value set combo box. Okay. Okay. So there's some errors. So let's try to fix this one. Okay. First of all, create this combo box. Select item. Indicate on the screen. Select this item. And here instead of this, in on the scale, company location. Okay. Publish. Yeah, there is some errors. Okay, so on this one, Excel application scope, object reference, the company customer name. So basically, it has some errors. Okay, uh, so it's not publishing. Okay, yeah.
Try changing the version.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the version, that's why it is saying that packages. Thank you very much. Okay, okay, so refresh, it's already there. That's why. Okay, if I just take a new process and take run the process and unattended. So when it's completed, when it started, just display the spinner, and here take the so meeting. Okay, and when it is completed, so just simply uncheck the show spinner, uncheck the spinner. Okay, so here this label, it is binding value. uh, so let me add a fresh. So let me add this one freshly, delete this one, add the fresh process, the data entry, select this one, and go to customer. So select this customer and bind the value of the customer name, and this tan number is like a tan number is input, and switch is like a this is switch approve. There's a company name. You're just simply adding the company name, company locations. Okay, so let's change the label name equal to company location, and this is like a output transaction. Okay, and if you want a new email ID, so just drag the email ID, uh, email company email, and drag the text box like a text box. This text box, so you can just simply bind the uh, email ID. Okay, so submit. So let's try to run. I'll see. So this is application, and the TAN number is this one, and this upload is a switch on. Company name is like a, and the email ID is like a uipath.learner@gmail.com. Let's try to click on the submit. So we'll see what will happen. So whether it will create a new text file here or not. See, it is awaiting to installation. It's installing. The data entry process is installing, and it's a folder. Okay, let's try to run again. Preview. So not only this, these applications, this UiPath apps, you can share to other people also into your organization. A number, switch, and Kochi.
ఉరకనే వర్క్ చేస్తున్నా.
ఏం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నావు? ఏం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నావు?
ఆఫీస్ వర్కే 8 వరకు 1 to 8.
లేదండి.
ఈరోజు బాగానే
Please go on mute. Who's
చెప్పే కదా
speaking?
ఈరోజు మనం బాగా బతిమాడాడు, ఈరోజు చేస్తున్నాను అది ఈరోజు.
Uh, Surya,
You have muted, Sudhir. You can continue.
Sudhir, you are in mute, I think.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
So if you
So
were saying
thank you.
something, you can repeat that because you were on mute from last 1 minute, I guess.
Yeah, nothing. So what I'm saying is, so it's updated automatically everything. See here, let me give me sometimes something like a, let me delete this mail. Okay, and then go to the apps. This is a web application, so I can run from my mobile also, but I can't access the legacy application, right? So usually you can't access the legacy application from other systems. So this is only this app is only for TAN app is only for the one license, one application is installed into the one system, right? Suppose like a Satvik and see the number TAN number approved, and here's a company name like a ABC company, right? And email ID uipath.learner gmail.com. Okay, so this is a web application. So you can just run from anywhere as it is a and also you can share so multiple, suppose for example earlier without this UiPath apps, so this TAN validation legacy application so only used by, okay, one second, so there's some company location is wrong. Okay, let me run again please, one more time. Company location, so for the company location I have to give the drop down list, that is a better one. Kochi. Actually scenario is like, so we have a legacy application, we have only one license, so in the one system, right? And but the multiple people has to access and has to operate at the same time. So through UiPath apps, it's a like a UiPath apps is like a loosely coupled in the sense, so UiPath app is interacting with the robot. The robot is a capability to communicate with the operating system or softwares, which is there installed into your system, right? This is like a loosely coupled. See, the number came, the number, which is the latest number came, got it? And also if you check my mail, so late, see, it is it sent the mail also, got it? With the information which I give. Yeah, that's it, and before. So can we go with the, do you have any questions? I think a lot of questions came.
Yeah, Mukesh. Like we got a question from Mukesh in earlier. It
Yeah.
states, like, can we create a single process instead of three? Over to
Yeah,
you.
we can create. See, so single process instead of three means, so I created the uh, so to retrieve the folder. So once the user select the folder only, we have to go to that particular folder, right? That's why we created the one process for retrieving the folders, one process retrieving the files. So because we're just showcasing all the questions to the user in the grid web list. Okay, so user may select any one, right? So once they select uh, anyone, so we're just showcasing the all the text which is there in this text file, right? That's why I have to create, so we have to create a multiple processes for this use case. Normally you can create a, so for this, see here, this one, so what we done just now, this is only one process, right? Now Mukesh, do you get it? I Mukesh is there.
Mukesh, you may want to
I
unmute. I don't see he's there anymore.
is not there. Okay, long back here. Yeah, questions.
Hi
So if,
Sudhir, I have one
Yeah,
more. I have a question.
yeah.
You have loaded the list in dropdown. If it is in your case, it's some 4 to 5 data, so it's okay to choose the list from the dropdown. If in case if it has if scenario it loads 100 or thousands of list dropdowns in the list, it's tedious to select the data. What I'm expecting is there any possibility to type, for example, auto complete, so that if I type a K, it has to list out the K type of list of data. Is it possible here?
Basically, see, so this is a text file. So you're just asking like if I go to the Google and type something like so what is, this is a listing all the information, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
information is coming from the
yeah. This is what I
paper.
am
So,
expecting.
but so actually, so this up to now, as per current functionality, for the
Okay.
text file, we have a functionality like a value change. The value change only triggers, see this value change event. This event only fires only when you change the cursor, not like a typing. There is no Okay, so
You
type.
ultimately I'm going to select the text only one line. It's not a problem, but what I'm expecting is I want to list out what are the letters what I am typing. For example, if I type K, it has to list out the K so that the user can
Yeah,
select easily. Yeah.
It is possible, but every time you have to press enter. Then only this change trigger will, this value change is right. This value change, you can see here the value change. This trigger will happen when you click on the enter. So if I type the W, click enter. So you can just build the process like a all the values which is a starts with the W will
Yeah.
list out all in the below. It's a possible.
Yeah. One more question. You startingly you assign image path in on an image. No?
Yeah.
If in future is there if there is no possibility the image may be deleted from that. So in that case,
Your
what should we do?
path, right?
Yeah.
So there is a, yeah, that's good question. So here, so while I'm just using the image, so drag the image, and for this, so you can just bind from the URL or bind from the image itself. So
Okay.
here you can bind the image. So first of all, you have to load the images which you want to uh, show, right? So then if you have images like a um, suppose this is the image, so you are loading the images, so then you just drag the image from here to here. Okay,
Yeah, got
this
you.
is also possible.
Yeah. Thanks.
This is this is the application specific. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Thanks, Sudhir.
Yeah, any more questions?
Sudhir, you can see some of the question on the chat. I think Abdul is asking some question.
Can we load drop down list static instead of loading from the data source of publish? Okay, so there is a something like a, you can just simply create a see drop down list. So you can just simply load the drop down list. There is a something you can create a variables, where you can create a variables. You can create a variables from here. Okay, so create a variables. While you are creating a variables, so you have a something like a list also there, but actually uh, right now, okay, so right now we don't have that feature. Okay, I don't know, there is a list actually. See here, you can create a list also. This is a text file, right? You can create a list also. Suppose let's imagine this submit button here, set a variables, and he, okay, so there is some possibilities there. You can create a not like an actual string. You can create a list of values as a variable. Okay, and you can load that. You can bind that particular variable to the drop list. Static is also possible, Abdul. Okay. After publishing the app, will you get any URL to use it anywhere? Yeah. So the another question is like a uh, another question from the Chandrasekhar. Ready? So after publishing the app, okay, after publishing the app, you can share. See here, once you publish, if you go to the apps, and so you can publish the, you can share the, so you have a share, so export to the as XAML, that mean the file, and clone share. You can share the to the people who is all accessing the same uh, orchestrator. Okay, the tenant users are added in the same orchestrator. You can add the users here. Okay, got it? You can share, and once you share, so it will provide the URL. So they also open the cloud.uipath.com and go to the apps. So whatever you shared, those values are those apps are available into their dashboard. Got it? And
So if you got you guys, if you have any questions, you can unmute and you can ask yours.
Hi, thanks for this. I have just one question. For example, Yahoo published this much app, right? Can you share this app to me so I can use that app?
Yeah, but you should be a user into the same orchestrator tenant. Okay, then
Okay,
only you can
okay. I
access.
should
Okay,
be.
it's not like a you have simply Gmail. You don't have an account into the UiPath cloud. Okay, it's not possible. Okay.
Okay, okay. See here, it will support multiple languages. I can see some of other languages as well. So
Yeah, so I just opened the app which is, see, it's a if condition. See here, if I just click on the Hindi text are coming. So this is the if conditions. Okay, so
okay, I,
Kannada,
I got another one question. Sorry for that. Actually,
uh,
in the Arabic, it will start from right to left, right? That text
uh,
orientation, it will start from right to left. So can
yeah,
we
yeah.
do it that one as well here? That text
Yes,
orientation
yeah,
for the text process? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. Fine.
And the
Thank.
question. Okay, thank you. Is it also possible to create a mobile app? Basically, in mobile, you can just simply add to the screen. There's a app add to the screen is there. You can just open the orchestrator URL, your app into the your mobile browser. You can click on the three dots. It will just add to the home screen is there button. We click on the add to the home screen. It will add to your mobile home screen as a app icon. Okay, so directly you can just click on the icon. Not directly, it's not like a it's like a hybrid app kind of thing. Chandrasekhar already. Is there any more questions?